Hundreds of thousands of people are expected to leave California, and businesses are fleeing in droves. But why? Why are so many people trying to get out of California when the weather is good, when there are ample jobs, and the beach is just right there? Well, we're going to discuss this in today's video because there are many businesses that cannot wait to get out. There are many people that are just waiting for leases to be up, a job to come available in another city, and they are gone. But I'll address why this is happening and what you could expect in your city very soon. So I'll break this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So why would people and businesses want to leave the state of California? Well, a lot of it has to do with taxes. Some of it has to do with wildfires like the one that is currently happening right now. But another reason is because California is becoming overpopulated. And it's becoming overpopulated with people that cannot actually afford to live in the state of California. For instance, we are now seeing California accepting tens of thousands of illegal immigrants every single month. And the problem is, California is not that easy to live in. It's expensive. If you want to find an apartment or a home, it costs money, and a lot of money. It's not easy. And many migrants are not coming into the U.S. with money. But here's what you need to know. As more people are coming into the state of California, we're actually seeing some crimes increase. We're actually seeing restaurants and businesses close down because of safety concerns. Look at this. Cracker Barrel, last month, they abruptly closed 2 California locations. The reason why? Well, they were underperforming, which means there were many people that were not going to Cracker Barrel anymore, and a lot of that has to do with the economy, but also the location. Second reason why they're closing, because of safety concerns. This is something we've heard from many different places. Look at this one. Taco Bell shuts their doors at California restaurants over crime fears. Again, safety. But you know what? Why would anybody fear being safe when they go to a Taco Bell? Wouldn't the police be there? Well, the answer is no. The police are instructed not to do much. The police do not have the funding needed to actually patrol all areas. And so, in many cases, the police get called, but yet they never make it to their call. They just never do, because something always pops up. But look at this. It says California-based restaurant chains file for bankruptcy after closing 48 stores. If you don't know what I'm talking about Rubio's. Rubio's Coastal Grill has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy a mere days after the Mexican fast casual chain announced the closure of 48 stores across California, citing rising costs of doing business. We are seeing the leases are more expensive. Wages are more expensive. The products, right? The food is more expensive. But guess what? You can't just keep raising prices because eventually customers will stop coming in. And well, that's what they did. But here's the other thing you may not know. The businesses are leaving the state of California because of the minimum wage hikes, because of all the politics behind just staying there. But as businesses leave, this is also one of the reasons why many Californians are leaving as well. Okay, look at this. This is an article that was done about a month ago. It says, while Californians are fleeing this once golden state, it's not because of the sun and the great weather. That's not why people are leaving. Although right now, we are in the middle of a heat wave, which it could be very hot in the state of California, but it's going to be hot in Nevada. It's going to be hot in Texas. It's going to be hot in Arizona. It's going to be hot in many different locations, not just in the state of California. Pretty much the whole West Coast and the South will be just in the triple digits. Again, very warm. But here's what you need to understand. When you are paying a good chunk of your money to the state just for taxes for California, this is why people are leaving. And then when you take that money and instead of improving the roads and infrastructure and making sure that there's more electric charging stations, and instead you're giving that money to migrants, you're taking away rec centers and schools and giving those to migrants so that they have a place to live. Well, many Californians are saying, no, I'm not going to keep paying for that. That's not my responsibility. Here's something else you need to know and keep in mind. California is just the beginning. California is where things start. It usually starts on two sides of the country. New York on one side, California on the other. Well, if California starts to see some success, which if you remember during the pandemic, California saw a lot of success. They saw it early on. They shut things down. Okay, they quarantined certain people, especially people that were getting infected with the virus. But they quarantined people. They shut people down. They had mask mandates. And California saw a lot of success early on. New York, not so much. So guess what most of the country did? They adopted the policies of California. This could happen again. As we see people leave the state and California does their own thing, guess what? It could happen to other states as well. But as more migrants come in, if we see the migrants are now working, they are now paying taxes. There's more money going back to the state, and the state actually has a surplus. Guess what? Other states could do the same thing. Within the next year, we could see Washington State and other states here on the West Coast as well try to adopt the exact same policies that California has. And that could be troubling to many people. But the last thing I want to leave you with is this. Businesses like Cracker Barrel, Taco Bell, Rubio's, right? McDonald's. The reason these businesses are struggling is because of the wage hikes, because of the increases in taxes and all these other things. But again, that's just the beginning. It's going to happen to Target and Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods. It's going to happen to the healthcare facilities. It's going to happen to schools. Teachers are already leaving to go work at McDonald's because they pay more. So just expect over the next handful of months, well, being that we're in the summer, it's not going to affect teachers as much, but by January 1st, you're going to see a massive change, not just in the state of California, but everywhere. So expect that. I don't know exactly what the change is going to look like. I don't know who it's going to impact yet, but it's going to hurt the economy. We know that. Real estate could completely change. Interest rates could flip. The stock market could sell off. Okay? The economy is going to change. We know that. But is it going to change enough to get people to go back to California? To get businesses to open their doors in California? Do they feel safe? All I can tell you right now is people are fleeing California, and we don't know exactly where they're going just yet. Could they go to Texas? Possibly. Could they go to Nevada? Of course. Could they go to Colorado or New York or Miami and go to Florida? Go to Tennessee? Could they go to Illinois? Maybe to Washington? Maybe they just leave the entire country and go to Canada or Mexico. Well, we're going to find out soon enough. But I want to ask you one thing. Do you know anybody that has left the state of California? And if you do, what is their reasoning? Let me know down in the comment section below. I always find it very interesting to see why people are leaving a specific state and going somewhere else. So let me know down in the comment section below. But that is what we got for you guys today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.